To the ring right now is our first fight of the night. Antonio Martinez, a veteran coming out of Durango, Mexico. He takes on a fighter from the West Side Boxing Club in Los Angeles, Tenochtitlan Nava. He's making his pro debut. He's 22 years old, trained by the Salcedo brothers, Jose and Nacho. Tenochtitlan, T-Dog, Nava, and when you're fighting out of the West Side Boxing, they have a cool deal. You buy a ticket, we give you a shirt, and the West Side Boxing comes deep. Those white shirts right there, that's just a regular white Stafford shirt from JCPenney's that we bought. No. Those I have West Side Boxing. A big crowd behind him. Thank you for joining us tonight. We're going to bring you Tino Nava, Joshua Franco out of San Antonio, Pablo Rubio Jr., the Shark out of Whittier, and also Edgar Valerio from South Central Los Angeles. And there you see Joe Martinez, ring announcer, get into the spirit of it. Tenochtitlan Nava. His dad, really into the Aztec history, decided to give his son the historical name. And there you see him at the media day at the West Side Boxing Gym last week. Our ring announcer for tonight, the one and only Joe Martinez.
Well, fight fans, a very good evening. Welcome to Velasco Theater here in Los Angeles, California for an exciting night of professional boxing, all brought to you by Oscar de la Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions. Sponsored by Tecate, Born Bold, Carmelita Chorizo, the original chorizo since 1934, and Casa Mexico Tequila, it's in the taste. We start tonight's action with 4 rounds, this scheduled in the super featherweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing red trimmed in white, he weighed in officially 130 pounds. He enters the ring tonight for the 10th time as a professional from Durango, Mexico. Here is Antonio Martinez. And across the ring stands his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. Wearing black trunks, he weighed in 128 3/4 pounds. Tonight, he makes his professional debut, fighting out of and representing Los Angeles, California. Here is Tenochtitlan Nava! And your referee in charge of the action, Rudy Barragon.
We need a timekeeper, guys. We need a timekeeper. Can't do anything until we get a timekeeper. Yep. Is he coming? All right.
Waiting on a timekeeper. The timekeeper is here already. We can't go anywhere without him. I mean, come on now.
Come on in, guys.
You think we're going to start without you? No way.
You guys have already been giving your instructions
catch your breath. We're
in
good
the
to
locker
go.
room. Do me a favor. Obey all my commands. Watch your punches. Come off fighting at the bell, okay?
Referee Rudy Barragon in charge of the action tonight. Judges Carla Caiz, Timothy Hicks, and Fernando Villarreal. The pro debut for Tenochtitlan T-Dog Nava. And here's the tail of the tape, Dougie.
Yeah, Nava, 10 years younger at age 22. Martinez is 2 inches taller, and they have an equal wingspan.
Bell has been hit, and we go. Tenochtitlan Nava in the black trunks. He's 22 years old, taking on Antonio Martinez, who is 3-6 with 3 KOs. Martinez had 2 fights recently here at the Velasco Theater. He lost to Hector Tanajara, a promising prospect out of San Antonio, and he lost to Francisco Esparza. Both those going to the decision in 4 rounds. That was back in February. Tenochtitlan Nava was attending West LA Junior College. Chance came to finally turn pro, decided to put that on hold, and he is now living his dream as a professional.
I like his style. I like what I see so far. He's got to watch those uppercuts, got to watch those right crosses from Martinez. But he's sort of living up to that Aztec heritage by fighting like an Aztec warrior, coming forward, banging the body. Nice to see a little bit of a jab from him.
Tenochtitlan Nava in the black trunks, working the body. Good left hook, another hook. Has his opponent on the ropes. Looking good in his opening round is T-Dog Nava. Left again. Moving around nicely in the black trunks. Covering up is the veteran Martinez. Body shot again. Uppercut landed by the fighter in the red, Martinez.
Yeah, when Nava squares up in front of Martinez, Martinez will nail him with that punch. And he's looking for it now.
Nava, at the age of 16, was playing soccer at Hamilton High School in Los Angeles, weighing 200 pounds. He was 5'6", weighing 200. He was a defender because they wouldn't let him really run much.
I guess so.
Went to the boxing gym at Westside Boxing after the season to lose some weight and get into the shape, and found boxing was his calling. Has been an amateur since, over 70 amateur fights.
Hey, Martinez is getting some respect here. He landed a left hook to the body a moment ago and also landed a left to the head, a couple crosses. Not all flush, but he's letting the young man know, listen, I'm a grown man. I'm not old. I'm 32 years old. You can't just come in here and steamroll me.
Guys, it has to be noted, after beginning his career 3-1, Martinez is now on a 5-bout losing streak. He's actually not having a bad half of the late round of round number 1.
Well, Nava is taking it to him, but he's also presenting himself. He's also vulnerable at times, particularly when he stands right in front of him. He's trying to get off at the side and punch at angles, but he's not expert at it.
Yeah, the one thing about Nava that I noticed, he's very fan-friendly, likes to stay in the pocket, but he's also a little bit wide in his punches. He does provide counter-punching opportunities.
Good opening round between Nava and Martinez. The strategy session for this fight.
Well, it's an honor and a little nervous that I'm fighting in undercards where I have my stablemates Rafael Gramajo and Nick Arce fight on, so they always put on shows at the Velasco. Our strategy for this fight is to play it smart, use a jab, come forward, and if we have to box, we have to box, and if we don't, we'll come forward.
And there you see the West Side Boxing. They come strong, they buy tickets, and they make a lot of noise, whether they're fighters at Velasco, Indio, or StubHub. They get into it, and they're cheering on their fighter, Tenochtitlan Nava. Good opening round between the youngster Nava, at the age of 22, takes on Antonio Martinez. And Martinez with an interesting background. He's a part-time boxer. Can't fully train as much as he would like, and then gets tagged with the right, because he's a clinical psychologist in Durango, Mexico. Asked him, why are you an educated man using your hands instead of your brain? He said, because I love it. I just like to go out there. I figure after wearing a suit and tie all week long, just to go and hit that heavy bag.
Just to let loose and get primal. And if you're his opponent, you can't play mind games with him. You can't get into his head. He's a psychologist.
And Steve, you mentioned it. He started off his career nicely. He's been on a bad streak. He's decided to step up in opposition, come to the United States. Why? Simply el dinero, the money.
Yeah, there usually is more money if you're willing to take losses. The one thing that's very noticeable about Martinez, just the redness on his back, given the fact he's had much of the fight with his back to the ropes.
That speaks to the pressure of Nava. Nava, obviously an offensive-minded fighter. Martinez is having his moments, though, punching in between the young man's volleys and haymakers. And I'll say this, I think Martinez is an ambitious opponent for Nava. Nava's facing a guy who has 9 or 10 pro fights in his pro debut. And Nava, unlike guys like Hector Tanahara, didn't have an extensive amateur background. He had maybe 30, 35 fights, and it was all at the local level. He wasn't a national class amateur.
Yeah, when you see a Hector Tanahara, you could really see the mastery of the ring and the control of distance. Nava really is not that type of guy. As long as Martinez can find segments to come right up the middle, he'll have pockets of success against him, Nava.
Nava, the busier fighter in the black trunks. Good action for our opening bout on ringtvlive.com. Thank you for joining us wherever you are around this world, whether you're watching us on Yip TV or the Roku channel, or the Apple, as Martinez gets tagged with the right. A busy fighter is Nava. That's exactly what his trainers expected, the Salcedo brothers, because this is how he trains at the gym. They have to kick him out of the gym.
No wonder he melted off from 60, 70 pounds. Yeah, because he as an amateur, he was fighting at 130, 132.
Oh, and he gets tagged with the right by Martinez.
He's there for it. He's there for uppercuts from either side.
Another uppercut by Martinez. The 32-year-old is able to land a couple of shots here in the second round. Now with a busier fighter. Moving around with that hook. Again, Martinez on the ropes. 10 seconds to go. Second round, Belasco Theater, the LA Fight Club in downtown Los Angeles.
Is boxing's #1 star. Amir Khan has boxing's fastest hands. Saturday, May 7th.
Hard right hand by Canelo.
Unparalleled power.
First round for Khan.
Unsurpassed speed.
This is my time. Let's do this.
Canelo versus Khan, Saturday, May 7th.
Get ready for the third round underway, and the third round is brought to you by the Ring Magazine. Ring Magazine, the Bible of boxing since 1922. Subscribe today. We're watching Tenochtitlan T-Dog Nava make his pro debut. He's in the black trunks. For those of you joining us right now, Antonio Martinez from Durango, Mexico in the red trunks.
Martinez showing his durability, his toughness, his gameness, and a little bit of savvy. Beautiful lead, sort of an arcing right cross that landed flush on the jaw of the young man. Nava is showing us tremendous conditioning and the fact that he has a fighter's instinct.
Nava, stablemate of Nick Arce and Rafael Gramajo, gets hit with an uppercut again. Nava, you mentioned that conditioning, Doug. They do the Culver City stairs often. They do the track at Dorsey High often. Conditioning a big key at the Westside Boxing.
Well, if you're going to be a pressure fighter and you're going to be a volume puncher and you're going to fight in a manner where you're going to encourage exchanges and mix it up a lot, you have to be in supreme conditioning.
But Doug, as you say that, even as a pressure fighter, I think this will come as experience as it relates to Nava. Even as you have that style, sometimes less is more. And sometimes you may want to throw 33% less punches and make them count just a little bit more. Now, again, this is only his pro debut, but it goes back to the same what you said earlier. Joe Goosen once told me, I can teach a guy how to box, I can't teach him to fight. Because either you have that mentality or you don't. It certainly is the case early on with Nava. He certainly knows how to fight.
Although if he's starting to feel these punches from Martinez, Martinez not a hard puncher, but there's an accumulation effect. He's been tapping Nava's body. He's been landing uppercuts. He's been landing right crosses, and you can see some swelling around the eyes of young Nava. There's blood dripping from Martinez's nose, but he knows how to pace himself. He's not punching 3 minutes of each round. I think Nava's going to slow down, maybe in the last 30 seconds of this round, definitely in the next round.
Martinez, a veteran, Doug, at the age of 32, 3-6. He got the call for this fight on Wednesday. Asked him, are you within weight? Yep, had to drop a couple pounds. Weighed in late last night. And he made the weight for this fight. Just have the gloves, stay ready. And here he is in a good scrap with Tenochtitlan Nava.
Beto, another issue that I think Nava has to work on, and he may look at this as he watches the fight film. he does tend to smother himself just a little bit and blunting his own offense. I think he'd be better served at times just taking a half step back and making his punches just a little bit cleaner and more accurate.
Impressive pace set by young Tenoch Nava as he bulls Martinez to the ropes, but he's taking shots to his body. There he lands a nice right cross, misses with the left as Martinez rolls to his right. Martinez being bullied to the ropes, but he's being very crafty and savvy along those ropes. He's not an easy target.
You know, the words of John Wooden come to mind, never mistake activity for achievement. And I think that's the case with Nava in certain aspects. Great energy level, real good tempo, great pacing, he's relentless, but he does have a tendency to smother himself. And I do think at times, I'll say it again, less is more.
Right, he needs to learn how to pace himself and how to create more distance for his offense.
As we get ready for the fourth and final round, how do you guys have it after 3?
I've got it 3-0 for Nava. He's just outworked Martinez, but these have been competitive rounds.
Doug, I have it exactly the way you do. I think Martinez has been very game. I think he's provided a very good, solid test for Nava in his pro debut, but I have it 30-27, Tino Nava.
Tenochtitlan T-Dog Nava, dad from Durango, Mexico, his mom from Sinaloa, Mexico. Born in Los Angeles. He's in the black trunks. Antonio Martinez from Durango in the red and white. Giving Nava some fits here in this fight. Speaking with the Salcedo brothers, the trainer for Nava, they said he was the fighter that when he's at the gym and you hear the bell after 3 minutes, he's still hitting the heavy bag. That's to tell him, hey, you get a minute to breathe. Do it. Take advantage of it.
I think Martinez, there's an opportunity for Martinez to take this round. If he has anything in his gas tank, I think Martinez should empty it because the young man may not even know how tired he is.
Well, you know, Nava's now making a technical mistake here. His head is now out in front of his front foot. That usually is a recipe for disaster, given the fact your head's out in front of your hand, and you will be susceptible to uppercuts down the middle. And I think that is certainly a function of fatigue.
Body shot by Martinez. Nava in the black smothering him. Martinez bleeding from the nose. Trying to get off the ropes, does in the center of the ring with 1:30 to go in the fight. Nava a little bit wear and tear around the eyes.
Well, you know, Beto, when you fight this type of style and you're in guy's face for 3 minutes at a time, I think this is what he's going to be able to come to expect over a course of time, especially as they ramp up the opposition in, let's say, a year or so.
But to take on a guy like Martinez, 3-6 as an opening professional fight, that says something about what they do at the Westside Boxing.
Well, they definitely are not babying Nava. He's going to have to earn his first professional victory. I think he's on his way. But this fourth round, I know it seems like 5 or 10 minutes to Nava.
Uppercut landed by Martinez again, partially blocked, left by Martinez. Good right hand landed by Tenochtitlan Nava. See what you're saying, Steve, about smothering himself. Not able, a big right. He took that step back and landed that right.
Yeah, that hurt Martinez. There was some give in Martinez's legs.
Hardest shot of the night. 20 seconds to go in the fight. A good one between Nava and Martinez. Crowd from Westside Boxing chanting for their fighter.
He's put on a show.
10 seconds to go. Exciting opening bout. The LA Fight Club in downtown Los Angeles. A good one between Nava and Martinez.
Let's watch some replays and some highlights. Non-stop action from Nava, especially when he got Martinez up against the ropes. Martinez able to block a lot of shots on his arms. In the center of the ring, they sort of went tit for tat. There you see Nava eat a stiff jab from Martinez. Nava obviously had his best moments when he was able to bully the older man along the ropes. He tried to work the body. It was the older man landing body shots and sneaky uppercuts like that right to the jaw. Martinez trying to feint him from the outside. Coming short with the right, but connecting on the hook. There's another hook connected by Martinez. They might be one-sided on the scorecards when they're red, Steve, but
No.
it was a competitive fight from start to finish.
You know, the way I would describe this fight, I think it's a clear victory for Nava, is hard-earned. And I certainly love the passion of Nava. I think what they're going to have to work on slowly, and again, this is a very, very young fighter just making his debut, really work on the precision from a technical aspect.
Yeah, and sort of instill distance. And there was probably the best punch of the fight, an overhand right that landed with Martinez's back against the ropes, probably the final minute of round 4.
And there you see the West Side Boxing. Echo and West Side is the t-shirt. Good opening scrap between Nava and Martinez. Let's go to ring announcer Joe Martinez.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards, and here are the totals. Both Carla Caiz and Timothy Hicks have it 40-36. Fernando Villarreal has it 39-37. For your winner by unanimous decision in his professional debut, Tenochtitlan Nava!
22-year-old Tenochtitlan Nava. Unanimous decision. Congratulations to the young fighter. Exciting fighter.
Yes, hard-earned victory. He's a guy that is going to bring in, obviously, a lot of fans who are part of the West Side Boxing Club community. But he's gonna grow fans outside of that community because he is a fan-friendly fighter.
As you see that boyish face, you could see the battle scars. This truly was a hard-earned first professional victory, but I think that'll be a sign of things to come. Again, you could teach a guy to box, but if a guy doesn't want to fight, it's almost impossible to change that mentality.
You have to be a born fighter, and he has those instincts.
First fight in the book. We'll come back with more action from the LA Fight Club on Ring TV Live.